Hey everyone, it's Lori from Scraps by Sissy. Happy Thursday! I know we weren't expecting me to be here today. I was supposed to be out of town, but with the weather being the way it is, it changed and Larry went without me, and I am here with the 3 dogs. So if you hear stuff going on with the dogs, I apologize. You know how it is when the 3 of them are in here. In fact, the reason we were late is because they all had to take a potty break. So there's that. Oh, the life in the studio. So if you join me, please be sure to say hello. Let's get all my cords out of the way here. Eesh. I hope I don't make you sick there while I'm moving the camera around. Okay, so since I thought I was going to be out of town, I decided to showcase the Kindest, it was my to-go class, was the Bring the Gnomes Home. Is that how I said it? Or Bring Home the Gnomes? Bring the Gnomes Home. It was a class to go because I knew I was going to be out of town, and I knew everybody wanted to do something at some point. So let me show you what they're gonna be doing. Let's see. That way everybody who hasn't ordered from me before can kind of see what's going on. So it was a $40 class. You could order the bundle if you didn't have it. It came with a full pack of the Designer Series paper. You got a package of the fine sparkle adhesive gems, and here's the projects all nice and neat in there. They make 8 cards, 2 boxes, and 2 tags. And I'll show you. Oh, they also got some of the Snowfall Accents puff paint, which we're going to use today. And these are the 2 boxes that they create. And then I'll show you. I'm not going to make this one up. I'm going to make a box similar to this, a little different. But primarily it's to show all of the participants who ordered the class. It gives them a video tutorial on how to put the boxes together and the tag. Because sometimes, oh, where is that tag? Here's the second tag they created. Sometimes it's you get a little stumped on the boxes. This was their little thank you gift they got in there. And there's a few things in there. So that kind of gives you an idea with that. Let me show you the cards that they will be making. And they also got 2 yards of this iridescent trim, which is beautiful. So I get this open. And see how nice your cards fit in the box if you want to give them to somebody. So here's one of the cards. Up. There's the inside. Here's the second card. There's the inside. I wanted to keep them simple so that you were able to mass produce if you wanted. Now this one is showcasing some of that puff paint. And bless her heart, she didn't realize at first that you have to heat set that stuff for it to puff. I was waiting for it to dry. Oh goodness. And here's the last card. Then of course this box. And note to self, when you go to heat set it, do it heat set before you add it to the box. You can see where it kind of marred the acrylic on there. And then there's this box and tag. So let's put these back and we'll show you the card we're going to make today. And I'll make the box too. This one I'm just going to put together. I'm not going to decorate it, just so they have an idea. And they're really simple boxes. Sometimes it does take a minute for us to put things together because my mind does not work in a 3D fashion. This is the card we're going to create today, and it's kind of a take off of one of my Casing Tuesday projects and one of the cards in the kit. And there's that. So this is how the tag comes when they get it. You're just going to fold it in half. And then you fold on all the score lines. There's a score line there. And then once you've done that, you're going to add some liquid glue to these flaps and close it just like that. And that way you can slip your little tag in here. And when you go to add the piece of trim to the tag, you only want to put it on the front. Otherwise you can't get that tag out, the little insert out of the tag. If you join me today, please be sure to say hello so I can make sure that we are actually on Facebook as a live. There was a time once when I did a whole video and didn't realize that it wasn't broadcasting. Let's see. What else was I going to tell you? I can't remember. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get started with this box. And this is how they come. I think you get 10 in a pack. And you just want to fold on all of the score lines. And it's got the adhesive on there for you already. So that even makes it even quicker and easier. And we're going to fold just like so. Okay, so I found that it was easiest to put the bottom together first. Let me get this off. Ugh. You know what? I'm going to get my Take Your Pick tool. That works so much better than really short nails. Okay. So you're just going to bring that bottom up and attach that to the adhesive tab. Same with the bottom. Yeah, that tool makes it much easier to get that label off. Okay. So if you're watching this on the replay on my YouTube channel, be sure and give my video a like, thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, I'd love it if you did subscribe. Okay. So we're going to do the same with this top. And attach him. Make sure you've folded really good on those score marks there. It helps when you go to shut the box too. Come on. Here we go. So there's the box. That is done. Okay. And I like the cards fit right in it. We'll just set him over there for the moment. Don't let me forget that I put it there, because I probably will. Okay, so I'll show you how that puff paint works. I've already got my little pieces die cut, and that was the fun part with this designer series paper, is it die cuts some of the gnomes and the little mushroom houses. That's what we're going to use. And then I went ahead and I fussy cut the little animals. This reminds me of our little fur babies, except for they don't have those long stockings. Okay, so there's that. So when you use your puff paint, let me get mine out, you want to give it a good shake. Uh-oh, we're frozen over there. Okay, maybe not. All right, so you're going to give it a good shake. And just with a gentle hand, just squeeze a little bit out, because it's very liquidy. Just like so. And it does tell you on the bottle how to do this, but of course I didn't when I was designing the class. I just thought, oh, this is going to dry up just like, remember the old glitter glue or the enamel effects? Yeah, well, it doesn't do that. It just sits there and turns kind of glossy looking. Okay, so now we're going to hit it with the heat gun, which I actually have one here. Hang on. All right. So as you dry it, it puffs up and gets all crackly looking like snow. It does take a second or two. It kind of reminds me of heat embossing, the way you'll see it crackle and puff up. Got that kind of thick, so that might take a minute. And if you're watching the replay, you can fast forward through this part. That's the good part of replay. Oh, it's starting to go. You can see it on the edges bubbling up. See it? And that's why they tell you to use a thin line so that it doesn't take so long to dry. Alright, come on guys. You see how it's bubbling up? There it goes. One more. Come on, you can do it. There it goes. Woohoo! Got him. Okay, set that aside. See how it's all bubbly? I could probably hit it a little bit longer, but for the sake of time, we're gonna just go ahead and do that. All right, we'll move these guys around. I'll get out my stamp and seal and some mini glue dots. Oh, I still don't see anybody online. They probably thought I was out of town. That's okay. Like I said, I was supposed to be out of town, but things change, and I stayed home with the babies while Larry went, and they're actually going up to Idaho to get our new trailer for the kettle corn business. So I'm just going to add a few mini glue dots here. And since that's still kind of wet, I'm not going to press that down any. Okay, so we're going to add him. I'm going to put him right on the corner here. Just like so. I'll add some more mini glue dots to him. Just loved all the little animals that were in that designer series paper. If you don't have the gnomes yet, especially the dies, I can't urge you enough to get those dies. They are carrying forward, because we have another gnome stamp set coming in the spring catalog, the January through April catalog. So that catalog is only going to last 4 months. There's been some changes in catalogs. So it's one of those that the colors in there are just beautiful. They're just bright and cheery, and you know how it is when we get towards the end of making all our Christmas cards, we get tired of the dark colors. This is going to help you with that. Okay, we're going to set him back here. I'm going to put that little bird let's put him standing on him. No, let's put him here. Okay, and then the little fox. He's got the sweetest little face. But then I guess I'm partial to them. There we go. We're going to add him sitting right, let's see, we'll put him right there. Okay. Clean up my mess here, and we're just going to stamp a quick little sentiment on it. And we're going to stamp it in Pacific Point. And layer that on. And our box will be done. Stamp him. I got dimensional covers or mini glue dot covers everywhere. All right, so we're gonna put him right there. Okay, I'm gonna snip him a little bit, flag the ends. Come on, there we go. Let's trim that. And we're going to put that, let's put him over here, just like that. Okay. And this makes a great little gift box for, say, hot chocolate or the cards. Just a fun little box. And I didn't have to design it. Thank you very much. Okay, so there's that box. Let's take our card out first. And we'll tie a bow around it using... This is really pretty. Isn't that pretty? Okay. So, just cut off a little bit there. Let's clean up your mess, Lori. I don't know why we had this other one here. Yeesh. I don't know why I'm surprised with the mess. You know me. So, put that like this. You're going to bring it around. You can tell I'm all thumbs this morning. Jeez. Let's do this. Lay the box flat. We'll make our bow. Come on. There we go. And you just slip that off to the side. And there's your pretty little gift. Isn't that cute? I like it. Okay, we'll set him aside. And I'll show you that other box. I think you only get 8 in the kit, or in the box, or the bag for these. And they're pretty self-explanatory on there. You just follow the score lines. This flap goes down. This flap goes down. I did add adhesive under there just to help it stay a little bit flatter. And this goes right into that slot to make your box top. And same idea with this. This is the bottom. And again, I would add adhesive, especially if you put something a little bit heavy in that. And there you go. Isn't that cute? And I mean, look how quick that went together. And my box has, no, not that box. There was another one I did, has chocolates in it. So you could get some pretty good, like those lint truffles. They'd fit in there really nicely. So there's that. Let's make our card now. So I have, this is the stamp set. Oh, we have a adhesive gem there. And there's the dies. And we're going to do just a little bit of coloring on that gnome. That gnome is actually my favorite. I think he is just adorable. I'm just using a few markers. It won't take long, I promise. Okay, so for the measurements on our card today, and they'll all be listed in today's blog post. You have a Pacific Point card base that measures at 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. You have 2 pieces of the Designer Series paper. One is 2 inches by 5 1/4. The other is 3 by 4 1/2. This is a 2 1/4 by 6 inch piece so that we can decorate the flap. And we'll do that first, get that out of the way, because it just coordinates your project all together nicely. And that was one thing that I noted when I printed out the tutorial for that class. since they're all getting their own designer series pack, they can decorate their envelope with the paper, which, as you know, is my favorite way to decorate my envelope. Although you could definitely stamp those cute little gnomes on there. If you chose to stamp a gnome and color him, make sure you put some paper in there so that it doesn't go through on your envelope. So there's our envelope all decorated. We can set him aside. Set him over here. Okay, we'll go ahead and glue these guys down so that we're all ready to go once we color our gnome. And I'm just going to glue him right there. Okay, oops. That is the host code to use when if you decide to shop today. I should say when you decide to shop. If you place a $50 order or more using that host code, I'm going to send you an embellishment. Hopefully I have enough of these fine sparkle adhesive embellishments to send to someone. If not, I have plenty of other embellishments. You know me, I love my sparkle. And I will also send you the tutorial for the class. So we're going to set him up here like this. Okay, so he's ready to go. Now this little label is die cut from the Potted Succulents. I'll set him over here. Die set. We used to have a punch that was very similar to that. That was one of my favorite punches. Okay, set these aside. Well, I'm still not seeing any comments. I hope you all are out busy doing things and this is just not broadcasting. That would be sad. Okay, so we're going to stamp him there. All right, we'll set him aside to dry. Let's go ahead and get this guy done. So, inside is going to say, your kindness does not go unnoticed. This is a great thank you card, don't you think? All right, stamp him there. Now, one thing I did do to be a little different is I used a dauber, and I'm just going to add some ink to the edges of the cardstock. I think they call it distressing. You could use a blending brush, but I find I have, whoops, as I say, I have a little more control, and the dauber goes flying. There we go. Bless her heart. She tries. All right. Just a little different. We'll add him to the inside of the card. And we're almost done. Okay. Now you definitely could, rather than stamp and color the gnome, you could die cut one of the gnomes. But I like coloring. We're done with that color. Let's bring him back over here. So since these are alcohol markers, you want to use the Memento ink. Make sure he's good and inked up. We'll stamp him like that. He's my favorite gnome. Whoa! Oh, that's a first. Everybody okay there? Oh, here we go. Lots of shenanigans. Anyway, I was saying he's my favorite gnome out of the whole bunch. So let's go ahead and give him a color. We're going to use some soft suede on his shoes. And I'm just going to color with the light first. And then I'll go back over it with the dark to bring in some highlights and some depth. That way it just doesn't look flat. So I'm just going to follow the little lines on the bottom of his shoes. And I think I'll give the top. Okay, there's that. Done with that color. I'm going to color the balmy blue on his shirt. And again, coloring with the light first. And I'll bring in some highlights, shadows with the dark. Okay. So since this is Night of Navy, oops. Is that Night of Navy? Nope, that was the dark balmy blue. Well, we're off to a good start, aren't we? Okay, so it's okay. We got it covered. We'll go ahead and use, is this the light Night of Navy? Yes. We'll go ahead and use that for the shadow. It's a little dark, but you get the idea. Let's go back over with the dark balmy blue. I should look at those a little closer. There we go. Alright, we'll just bring in just a little bit. That's the nice part about the blends. It brings all the colors together. See that? Crisis averted. He's a little darker than I wanted, but that's okay. Alright, so where is, this is still the light Night of Navy. We'll just use him for the pants. Still have enough of the contrast in the two colors to work for me, so I'll put those guys away. I'm going to use Petal Pink for his nose. Alright, now we're going to use the Shaded Spruce for his mittens. It is light. I love this color green. I'm going to add just a little bit of the dark right at the sleeve. There. See how it pulls that dark into it so it's not such a dark line. Okay, so those are done. Now, this is the light Poppy Parade, and I'm going to color his hat. Kind of almost looks orange in the light, but since that was the colors in the designer series paper, that was why I pulled it rather than red. Okay. There we go. Just come around his thumb. Now we'll add in some of the dark. And I like the contrast with the dark underneath his hat. There. There. Not too bad. Let's see. Now I'm just going to use the light, this is a smoky slate, and I just want to bring in a little bit of highlight on the lines of his beard. And it's just going to kind of give it some depth. That's all I'm doing. Just real light. Okay. See the difference? Oh, he's cute. Now let's put a little bit of, sorry to say Poppy Parade. Pacific Point on the edges, same thing, just real light along the edges. And it will separate the white from the white glimmer paper a little bit. Okay, there we go. We'll put him aside. That's done. Now we're going to add some mini glue dots to him, losing the top, so that he will stick to the glimmer paper. And the glimmer paper circle is 2.5 inches. I did use my retired punches for this. If you don't have any of our punches, you could use the layering circle dies. Okay, so we'll add these to the card front and we will be done. So we're going to need some dimensionals. Let's see. Out of my little stash here. Looks like they're all... Looks like all I have are the mini ones. They will work. Come on. So we're going to add 2 of them to here, which that size works pretty good for this little label. There we go. Stick him down in the corner like that. Come on. Add him just over the snowflake. Oops, everything's going sideways. All right, so I'll add some bling. Wouldn't be one of my cards without bling. Put one there. Put a couple of little ones right here. And then let's put one right. We'll put him right. What do you think? You know what? Let's put him over here. There we go. Okay. Such decisions. I know it's so hard. Okay, there we are. Our little box, which there needs to be folded down a little more. Our box and our card. Well, I thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me. Like I said, if you place a $50 or more order through Sunday using this host code, I will send you an embellishment and the tutorial file for all of the cards from my to-go class and the 2 boxes and tags. Again, thank you for spending time with me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Take care.